Hello and welcome to week one of Fortnite for the winter season 2026 K12 Esports League. I'm the co-coordinator, Dustin Owens, with Robbie Menegdag, the program esports league manager. Robbie, how are we feeling about week one coming into Fortnite?
I mean, I'm feeling amazing about week one coming into tonight here. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were so great. I'm expecting great things as well again tonight from both our varsity players and our open league players. But, cannot wait to get started here. Week one of 6 here for our season 2026 at the K12 Esports League. Gonna be a good time. Dustin, you can send us over to gameplay whenever that is actually going. But as always, few disclaimers, everyone. We do have a 3-minute delay. That is the number one thing. Number two, we are a high school esports league, so chat is staying vibey. It's staying positive. Remember, you are at a school event, so keep that in mind. And finally, there's always one more. Oh, we got a million things going on. So if I happen to go quiet or Dustin happens to go quiet, or both of us happen to go quiet for a little bit, we are handling something on the back end. But we are into this game number one of two here for the Varsity Esports League Fortnite 2026 winter season. On board with Lyric Essence and the rest of the Lavka squad. They have landed very near a team, and it looks like they have gotten 2 eliminations so far. Gonna be looking to hunt down these next 2 players.
Yeah, and we had landed in on
And
one, I was going to say, just before we kind of came on camera, too. So I know a couple squads have been eliminated, or a few players have been eliminated so far, but didn't mean to interrupt you there, Robbie. Just wanted to let everybody know.
Oh, no worries. I just wanted to say, bear with us as well, everyone. I believe that, week one stuff always, Dustin's probably going to play around with the settings just a little bit, see if we can get the full HUD back up. But sometimes Fortnite, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll rock with whatever we got for this first game. As we always do. But one other thing to call out here, as it does look like the Lavka Pelicans team will come out on top of that team fight. One thing to call out, we finished last season on it, but we're continuing on it with this season. We are playing the Battle Royale tournament settings mode. So some of the things that you're seeing in the regular season of Fortnite with that crazy mythic weapon that controls a storm and things like that, we will not be seeing that within the K12 Esports League. More vanilla is this style of play that we do have, but on board now with Peekaboo, funny, very good name right there, and the rest of their team who are crawling slowly up onto this other team with Lath, Sebi, and Freak. Looks like Lath will get around into the back end, get a huge shot, start us off here onto Peekaboo. Peekaboo is down. Empowered IGL now in this fight with Freak. Oh, we'll get a nice 27 damage as Freak is falling, but we do have Apoyo on the back end as well, looking to see what they can do. 2 teammates down for this team at the moment. Gonna look to try and pick up Peekaboo is empowered.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, yeah, just to everybody, trying to get some of those different angles so that way we can get you some of the best gameplay as possible. But just bear with us as we play around going into the second round and everything too. It looks like one of the teams is going to be able to get their players back up, and they are going to be able to get shielded up and meted up and everything like that too. And it looks like some pretty good loot there for a second as they decide to do a little celebration there. Oh, there seems to be several people going after this. Currently,
good shots coming out of Livy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. That I know there's a care package coming in right through here. A lot of people seem to be coming in on it. That Bear Jam from the Wava team, along with Roshkin and everything, just across the way. Livy, though, doing some really good damage here on the Echoes.
Livy kind of on fire right now, hitting a lot of shots on a lot of different people here. There are 3 teams at the moment in this kind of area with Zanigo and Aiden 2 boxed up with Bat Bear and Exos flying on them. But now Livy looking to rotate out here as Roshkin does see them. we'll take some damage on the exit as well. Roshkin chasing, Roshkin taking damage. Rox is up there. This is the Wava team. Livy, I'm sure, is low at this point. Took some damage from both Roshkin and Rox. Roshkin now climbing up to Livy. Livy with a nice shot, trying to get their edits in, and will go down. Rox on the back end, able to finally knock them and fully eliminate them. Exos coming in for the Wava 1 team here today this week. That is a name we have seen in previous years that we are very familiar with. I'm Mander from the OOS Yetis, and a sticky situation here with the entire Wava 1 team around them. They are safely boxed up for the moment, but winning that box battle is Exos and Rox. Going in. Oh, Mander somehow still able to take down Exos, will fall at the end of it, but man, just the fact that they were able to take down one player and knock them is actually huge.
For sure. I mean, considering the storm hasn't even fully come in yet, just the fact that we already have several teams kind of on top of each other in the same vicinity, going after those eliminations. It's crazy to see very early on.
Looking at where the placement of everybody is on the map, not a lot of teams dropped to top left, or it looks like even any over there by Tip Top Terrace and Cartman Land. So gonna be interesting to see how the season evolves and where people do opt to land as, you know, we go through the weeks.
Currently on board with Labo over here at this gas station. Just trying to see. It looks like there's another team kind of coming in. Matt DLG, I know, is from the Vava squad, one of the Vava teams. So Vava kind of currently in the vicinity of this other team. And it sounds like there's some
Yeah,
shouts.
and Labo we know is from one of our OHVA teams who shout out to OHVA this season, bringing 2 teams to the varsity league. And we are actually seeing a lot of different teams from the fall season as well. And we've only been off for like, what, 3 weeks, Dustin? So super, super cool to see. But they are slowly creeping up to Jack Rabbit, who, based on what I'm seeing, did happen to get away. So good on Jack Rabbit there. Rotating back to the rest of their teammates, as Dustin did mention, this is one of the Vava teams with Matt DOG in this tunnel, working his way through. Titan Fighter also right next to them. I wonder, I have not played any of this new season, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if you can open that. It looks like potentially you can.
You can teleport, actually. It's kind of like an underground system of tunnels. So you can actually go across a decent amount of the map. It actually connects down here to Lethal Labs as well. You know, as well as like down here to Classified Canyon. There's a lot of different tunnels and everything throughout this map. As you see, they did go into that and are in Storm at the moment. So definitely some intricacies within there. But on board now we have Kay and Pierce, Dom, and Batman. I don't know if that's more of like a Mario theme than Batman, I reckon. It does look like they're sneaking up on this other team down here, though. Not sure if the other team is aware that they're coming right here. Literally right on the other side. Oh, and
Oh my
Batman
goodness.
goes down right in this tight-knit corner. Rizzler and somebody trying to use that flying suit to get out. Unfortunately, is not going to go through with that ceiling. This team getting at least 2 knocked, making the one rotate out. And just for perspective, if you haven't been up on Fortnite very much lately, they did take shockwaves out. So really the only 2 forms of movement that there are those launch pads, as well as the, I like to call them squirrel suits. I don't know if they're actually called squirrel suits, but it's like a flying squirrel suit, basically, the parachute type stuff.
And Dustin, real quick, do me a favor. Open up the settings for the camera icon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Click the other option on the left side. Interface. Scroll down. Click on HUD preset broadcast.
Mm.
Yep. And then close that and hit H.
That's what it was. Thank you, Robbie.
Hey.
That's appreciated. At least we figured it out mid-game here. before all the action
Hey,
really
I
hits.
do what
So
I can.
I was pressing H, but it wasn't. Nothing was coming up. So I forgot that setting. We have to get back into some the rhythm of things as we like to call it.
Yeah, we gotta get back in
So
the flow. Gotta get back in the flow.
all right. So with that being said, since we now have everything back up, going back over here to Matt DLG at the moment with a team just on the other side. Of course, I think they're down underneath this tunnel and everything as well. Don't think they're going to pursue right off, but there is some shots and everything going on too. We see, let's see, Not a Believer, Tangled Fern, Eli, and Anik rotating
From
up to
our
this.
cask squad. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I was just going to say they were rotating over here, but you have Pierce and K, Dom, and them currently on this team taking some shots. Anik's going to take some shots there from the storm.
Anik in a really sticky situation here.
Mm-hmm. And I believe they are the last one, or I can't tell if, yeah, Tangled Fern and Eli are both down, as well as Not a Believer. So currently by himself at the
The
moment.
good thing, yeah, the only good thing for Anik right now is it is a 1-tick storm, so it's not hitting too hard. Unfortunately, they are in this crazy battle right now. Both these players, Pierce and Anik, showing off that they can build, they can edit. Who can win the high ground? Who can actually win this 1v1? And it looks like Pierce opts to, or not opts to, but their teammates are shooting down as well. So it's not a 1v1, it is a 2v1. Anik, though, again, in a sticky situation. Pierce soon, as I misspoke earlier, this is a 2-tick storm with no heals as far as like health. Is actually going to need to rotate out. Otherwise, they are going to be stuck in the storm. They actually will take a lot of damage. They might not even be able to make it all the way out.
Yeah, I was gonna say with no movement or anything, they're gonna be really close getting in out, and then they're gonna have to try to find some of those heals and everything. But let's go over here near Cartman Land. Gonna be online now with Razmega, Blown, Marvel's Tokyo. And this is
Raz Mega, shout out you. Amazing skin here
oh yeah.
on the Jinx from either Noah Virgins or I can't believe it's the name of the show is escaping me right now.
Arcane.
Arcane.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Yep. But shout out Mega there. I was a League of Legends player back in my day, showing my age here. But this is our NCVA squad who playing a little bit slower here today. It definitely looks like with only 4 eliminations for all of them. 2 a.m. Braden though, one of the other OHVA squads that we're seeing now with Subject Rex SFX is what I'm going to call you, Sound Effects, and Blackhaven Jr. Going to be rotating to their team now is Braden. This is a good call. Going to hit the rail, get right up to them. And this is actually super perfect because not only was he taking shots at NCBA, but there's also team players all around his team. So just to rotate to be together, get some of those team shots in is always very smart. And they will actually box up and hang out here for just a little bit, wait for that storm to start closing down and make their rotation as that does come through.
Yeah, it does kind of look that way. Man, we got to see who's out all the way out here with some bandages and everything. Actually, I think this is one of the teams that was ambushed earlier. Yeah, and unfortunately, just not going to have the heals. Very deep into storm.
That's all right. They secured 11th place for their team at the end of the day, which is huge.
For sure. And online with I Am DeWallers, going to take a few shots. Kind of coming into a very interesting situation because you have these teams that have rotated up top that have that higher ground and everything. Always Dan, and let's see, Sagey James here. Ivy Fly. Yeah, everybody's just trying to rotate into this area now that Storm's moving in. Always Dan, I think, is going to go down. Yeah, they went down, unfortunately, due to the storm damage. Let's see who has high ground up here at the top. Of course, we have Tuna, Drip Eddie, Free Palestine and MGT. Gonna try to do some
From
damage down here to
Tiva.
Balloon. Getting some decent shots in as they
Yeah,
rotate.
they have high ground advantage. Unfortunately for them, that is the NCBA squad, so they know how to rotate correctly. But great shots coming out of Tuna there. Will knock Essence from the Lavka squad. And actually also be able to finish that elimination as well. So this high ground working to their advantage. Jack Rabbit gonna go down too. This is the perfect player to be watching right now, as they see so many in their sights. With this height advantage, they are just in the perfect position right now. Going to be raining more shots down onto Ivy Fly. Will take some damage from the back end. NCVA able to rotate around and actually get a little bit of an angle onto them. But again, this is a great spot for them for the moment. However, in the next 10 seconds, they will have to play the rotation game. Drip Eddie now taking some shots onto the NCVA squad. N54 taking pretty low, but Drip Eddie taking even lower. Gonna have to heal up now is Drip. Especially as the zone is starting to rotate. And it's going to be a pretty heavy rotation for all of our teams. I think our one player that's in a really good spot right now is Anik from Cask.
And he's the one, obviously, that's currently by himself at the moment, I think. But with that being said, this team is going to start going ahead and rotating in. Just going to try to see if we can get a different angle here. Yep. Go over here to Stern. Going to try to take some shots as they are already in circle.
Yeah, NCBA in a good position here now. Very healthy as well. We look at N54 and Marbles Tokyo with basically about 200 HP between the shield and their actual health. Raz Mega a little bit low, but they're actually getting some heals off right now, which is super good. Peekaboo Boo on the other side of this wall of Stern, though. Stern going to be taking actually a lot of chip damage there from the storm, but looking at what we're seeing for the next storm,
And cutting out just a little bit there, but back on board with this team with the high ground advantage at the moment. Storm currently moving to that small circle. Airmail Raptor down there alone trying to fight Storm as well as these oncoming teams and everything.
MGT makes a great play connecting this rooftop that they're building down to that other the other builds that were there, so it's a little bit harder to actually take out this this pathway fully. Blackhaven Jr. going to the sky with that rotation item, will not taking any damage. So OHVA here surviving to the top 3. We are at our top 3 already, ladies and gentlemen. 10 players left alive at this point in time. We got 4 from Tiva and I believe 4 from NCVA, meaning that OHVA does have 2 players. Oh, Tuna is yeah, that was it was unfortunately like one of the only plays they could make, but puts him in a really bad position with the 10-tick storm, takes so much damage, and the OHVA players were able to take them down. 779 in the same position here is going to be down to like 20 HP after making that rotation there. Subject Rex really healthy at 135 HP at the moment total. Feeling all right. Blackhaven Jr. only 100, no shield for them. This is going to be a hard one, especially with NCVA on the high ground right now, but somehow able to stay alive still are these 2 players from OHVA. A Subject Rex will go down. That'll be Stern taking them out. Stern with the high ground, able to put down more damage as well. We're looking at a 4v3 here for NCVA against Tiva. 779 will go down. Drip Eddie very, very, very low as well. NCVA looking primed and prepped to take this one.
Yeah, with MGT still left and caught in that storm, just a really, really, I mean, you see how small that circle is down in the corner, how close that they were playing it to this, and the difference with Drip Eddie and them having that high ground advantage, and then all of a sudden the tables kind of turn into NCVA's favor with them having the high ground, made a huge difference with that storm tick and everything too. So But with that being said, kudos to NCBA for taking round one here. And we will be back here momentarily as we get the second lobby set up. All right, we are here in round 2 for the varsity Fortnite week 1. And we are on board with a newer team this season, the Insight Washington Exotic Eagles. All those.
Dustin, double check real quick. I have a be back soon screen.
I do have it live. What are we looking at now?
Boom. Okay, yeah, we're good to go.
Cool.
Good
All
to
right.
go now.
Good deal.
Thank
Just
you.
want to make sure. No, I appreciate that.
Yep.
So
No, I
yeah,
appreciate you.
up here at Painted Palms, like I said, we have the Insight Washington Exotic Eagles trying to get looted up and everything before taking on any fights. Just landing outside the circle is actually not a bad spot. I've landed here several times. It gives plenty of loot, at least for a squad and everything, enough to be able to fight and get some better loot, like as they work their way into circle and everything.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see this set of players, sorry, on this team, Glitterjoy, Leaf, Aldos, and Zamari, being their first time that we are seeing them this year in the varsity league or at all for Fortnite for the K12 Esports League. Really happy to have ISWA back participating with us. Cannot wait to see what these guys bring to the table for this season. But as Dustin mentioned, it's a pretty good landing spot. It looks like, you get some loot and then you can go fight a team at Painted Palms if there is one, and there is. And none other than, of course, our Tiva squad, Tuna, 779, Drew, Eddie, and MGT. So if this fight does ensue, we know these Tiva players. And we know that it will be a hard one for ISWA. But if ISWA comes out on top, that will kind of set the standard then for us for this season, right, Dustin?
Yeah, no, I think so. I am curious. I want to stay on this area for just a moment as we start getting into a little bit of action here between these two teams. Leaf trying to take up, but Drip Eddie and Free Palestine is going to come in and be able to get that first elimination on this with Team Zamari currently down. Aldos is also going to go down, leaving everything up to Glitterjoy, who actually made it past the Tiva team.
Yes, behind. Look at that.
Nah, that's kudos to them. Not sure that I would reboot right there, but at the same time, to each their own. No, I think it's really cool. At least one of them survived. Hoping that they'll be able to get their team rebooted here soon, so that way they can stay in this lobby tonight. But with that being said, let's go over here to Clausy Lodge, where I am DeWallers, Lyric Essence is Cavern, and Gaming Boy Nola is. And I know there's a team just on the outskirts, Bat Bear Jam. So that's going to be the Wava team actually kind of coming in. You see some of these orange or these purple arrows. I don't know why I called them orange. That's not even remotely. But we have one of our Wava squads coming on the way over here. We have Exos kind of by himself with the Walrus and Gaming Boy Nola coming in at both angles. But I know the Wava squad is not far behind. Already taking some damage from the back end.
Yep, Cavern down, Bat Bear Jack got them. Exos also able to get Lyric Essence. Roshkin coming in to take down Walrus, and looks like Bat Bear Jam will finish it. It was almost a team wipe there, one apiece for Wava. Rocks unable to get into the elimination action on that one, but that will be Lavka out pretty early here in this game number 2. And one thing I wanted to shout out last game, ladies and gentlemen, there's always so much going on that sometimes we can only pick and choose what we really want to talk about, right? But for Lavka, I believe it was GB Nola last game with like 6 or 7 eliminations. So Lavka coming out with fire this season. Absolutely looking to up their elimination game as well as, of course, stay alive as long as possible, as they usually play to do. But I definitely wanted to shout that out, as now we are seeing another fight ensue for this Wava squad. They are going up against the OOS Yetis. Livy taking down really low and will eventually get knocked Also, Ivy Fly already out of this one, so we're up. It's up to Seiji and Mander here for the OS Yetis, who are making a very good play call, rotating out of there. With 2 players down already, you don't want to take that fight, but already looking at the eliminations here for the OOS Yetis, not too shabby, not too shabby at all. A total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 for this team, and Wava is just chasing them down. Seiji found in the bush, Mander now having to box up, try and stay alive for as long as possible, maybe get at least a knock, get some damage down onto these Wava players, but unfortunately unable to make that happen. That will be the Wava squad coming out on top, but more action here for the Wava squad as a third team now coming in to try and third party them. It is the Tiva squad. Bat Bear on the high ground does take a lot of damage, down to 89 HP. We'll be able to get back up with these mini pots, though. Rashkin on the bottom also having to heal up real quick. And Rocks crawling up, gonna try and steal this wall from Tuna. Does successfully. Tuna, though, so quick, able to switch their stairs around and actually rotate out of that box. That was actually insane reaction speed coming out of Tuna. But right now, Tiva in a sticky spot with Wava having the high ground. This is a huge fight, though, to be so early in this game number 2 here.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I mean, we did see that Tiva's team, trying to take out the Iswa Eagles there for just a little bit, and then coming back into this action with these two teams being as good as they are from the fall season and everything. Don't expect anything less in terms of a good fight. Roxham trying to do some additional damage on Drip Eddie, which is a little low at the moment.
Takes out somehow as well. Oh my gosh.
Oh, really good hit there.
Great
free
on 779. My goodness, yeah. Able to also take them down. Tuna is also knocked. MG will take down Roshkin, though. So they're going back and forth right now. Drip still alive here on the bottom, taken really low with that shot. Bat Bear will be able to finish that one off. Wava right now, with 39 players still left, 12 squads total, already sitting at 15 eliminations. They did not like losing that game number 1, being our reigning champions from the fall season.
And on board at the moment, we have Rift Bando along with K Pierce and Dom. They are in these tunnels that we mentioned before, I believe, with these teams over top. So let's see. Let's take to the sky. We have the Viva team again with Matt, DLG, Jackrabbit. Good Jackrabbit going down, actually. They're not even seeing Matt right now. This Lath and Freak and everybody like that, they're going after Titan Fighter. Didn't even see him in the quarter. Titan Fighter is going to go down. Real Steel also down at the moment. And both of those players are going to be eliminated from that Viva team. And I believe it's just the ones underground at this point that they have to be aware of. Actually, no, I take that back. Because Rift Bando and them actually did come up. So they are currently on top. I'm surprised. Curious as to... I could definitely tell. You could definitely tell the arrows are pointing this way. They definitely have seen the team that's rotated over here. And they are going to start taking some shots onto Pierce here. Pierce looks like he's going to rotate out. Try to get healed up a little bit more before taking on any other kind of positioning.
Yeah, and this team here, Dom, K, Pierce, Rift, Bando. I know that this is our OVCA squad, the OVCA Bisons, coming out here today, doing what they can. Stay alive for as long as they can. Feeling pretty good, honestly, on loot right now, and health is Dom. The rest of the teammates not feeling so great on health outside of Rift. I mean, they're okay because they have shield, but would love to see everybody be at 100, 100. Pierce is currently working on it. I feel like maybe Pierce could hear me right there, but weird positioning here for this OVCA team. I see a total of 1, 2, 3 sets of teams all around them with that solo yellow arrow, 3 purple arrows, and those 4 kind of pink arrows at the moment.
Yeah, and we see some of these teams starting to rotate in somewhat. Got some teams out here, Bumpy Bay and Battlefield Boulevard. We'll see who they are. We got Black Haven, Tragic, and Braden Ova. I'm just assuming that maybe somebody had to go and like res them back up and everything. We are seeing some of those eliminations come in from like NCVA and Wava onto some of these other players. So let's see if we can't get over here. Currently on board now, Tangled Fern, Not a Believer, and Anik. Oh, and
Oh,
a huge shot there coming from Always Dan onto Tangled Fern to take him down. Marvel's Tokyo and them across
always
the
Dan
way.
also. Yeah, also always Dan also able to get not a believer right there. Crazy, crazy. Um, series of actions that happened there coming out of always Dan just popped up and kind of I think surprised not only the player on the screen but also surprised Dustin and myself. Tokyo taken really low is gonna pop this chug jug. Oh, I'm sorry, pop the minis. Get themselves back up to 50 shield, but now making this rotation is the rest of the NCVA squad. Rox and Wava again on the high ground. Rox, though, going to take a lot of damage from accidentally falling there. Luckily for them, they do have the med kit, also able to be and get, I believe, their teammate backup. One of them did drop. I may be mistaken there, but full team of 4 here for Wava. There's a lot of players in this little vicinity here. This is a crazy build battle that has happened, and this is a big structure here. 5-4 at the moment, really low. Will get taken down. Rox and Roshkin able to double team them and get them down. They happen to know that Mega is in that build right there trying to heal up. Looks like they will be able to at least push Mega away from being able to fully heal up. Mega at like 2 HP right now, trying to run away with the chicken, will not be able to. That will be Wava also eliminating NCVA from this one, and the amount of eliminations they have, once again, ladies and gentlemen, right at this moment is nuts. But we have Idaho now, one of the Idaho teams pulling up on one of the OHVA teams, and then also Wava coming in the sky to drop in on this action. 3 teams now currently in a fight, Dustin.
Well, and I believe this Idaho squad's going to rotate out. That's probably for the best, not the best positioning to take on that fight with the 2 teams coming in, but they are going to have to be careful because it does look like there is another team on the verge of coming in as well. And I think it might be it's the Ova, it's the Ovka team that's right in the vicinity and everything. But back on board with the fight between Wava and Idaho at the moment. Braden from Ova going down. Wava Exos is pretty close as well. Taking a little bit of damage, only at 46 health. Oh, down to 38. Very good shot there from Tragic, I believe it was. Trying to make his way up. Yeah, Tragic Naz pretty low at the moment. Rocks him, and Exo's trying to get onto him as quickly as they can. And looks like Roxham's going to be able to take him out. Back over to Idaho we go. And we're coming right into some of the final. They're definitely a smaller circle, so there's definitely going to be a lot more head-to-head action here. Let's see, we got Wava currently on the Ovka squad over here, trying to get in as many eliminations, I'm assuming, as they can. Ovka doing some heals at the moment. That Bear Jam taking shots at Rift Bando. Wava coming in as a squad, taking. Man, they have one of the legendary assault rifles there. Some good loot if they could pick it up on the way. Fierce, though, trying to get out, and I think may actually be successful. I don't know that they'll be able to find him right off. That Bear Jam looking really hard. Oh, and Damsel Fly here. Roxham, you can see kind of going after him and everything. Oh, and he's going to find. Roxham's going to find him. And unfortunately for the Ovka team, that's going to be it for them over
I was
here.
gonna say, luckily for Pierce there, the other player was running through, maybe would have caused enough of a distraction to stay alive, but able to find the feet is Roxon and take them out. On board here though, with the other Kaba squad, as we do have two Kaba varsity teams this season as well. So shout out Kaba. Um, in a really good position actually. Zophie. I'm gonna call you Zophie. Let me know if that's wrong. Zophie taking down some good or taking some good shots, getting some good damage in onto multiple players there, but in a weird position again. Oh, they did luckily hear or at least see a build go down from this I'm sorry, K12 PEA team. So able to get back around that corner and not stay out in the open. Hot heads up play there from Zophie. But this K12 PEA team with Sergio, Kai, Dagger, and Frag staying alive so far. Loot not looking too great for Frag, but at the end of the day, they are at least gonna make 7th place in this one, which is not too shabby, not too shabby at all. Gonna need to make this rotation now is this K12 PEA team, and they are looking to land right onto this Idaho team. Look to get some builds up, I'm sure. Take some shots. Dagger's still in the open. It will bite them in the butt there. Will get taken down and eventually eliminated here, I'm sure. In the kill feed, though, we do see Wava and Kava team 1 in a huge fight at the moment. It looks like that Wava was coming out on top of that one.
Yeah, and we was trying to get over here to the angle too, because like I said, there's a lot of rotation happening with this smaller circle and everything. Everybody trying to settle in as some of this last little bit is coming down to the wire. Roxham
Once
with
again, Rock's just showing off their in-play mechanical ability with those builds going down, just to rotate, just to move 5 feet, putting down 3 walls. You know, some people think that is unnecessary, but better to do it and stay safe than not to do it and get knocked surprisingly. But in another fight here is this Kaba 2 squad. Sebi trying to get those builds up, will get a shot off, get a little bit of damage there, but Sebi, the lone player up now for Kaba 2, gonna be able to rotate out. Look at how many people are using the same item. Well, I can't remember what the item is called right off the top of my head, but there was like 5 people right there, all in the sky. That was so funny to see. Always Dan, the lone player up for their team here, trying to just stay alive. Does have 5 eliminations for themselves. Has secured their team at least 6th place here. And in the elimination feed, I do see a lot going down. Some of the Wava players are actually knocked at the moment. Exos and Rocks actually taken out of this one. So Roshkin and Batbear to make the back-to-back happen, it is all on them for this one.
Yeah, and it's going to be close because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Idaho still has several of their players and everything on board too. Obviously, not anywhere near impossible. We've seen these players do what they do best when coming into this, but it looks like I think it's the K12 PEA team having some decent vantage point right up above this Wava team and everything. But Wava going to try to sneak around and see if they can take this high ground, I believe, from them, as this storm is getting tiny. Yeah, we see Roshkin taking some shots there onto Sergio.
Always Dan getting 2 more by themselves in the elimination feed. Unreal. 5 squads left in this one. 9 players still alive. There's a lot of solos and duos spaced off the quick math, right? This is crazy. WoW actually stuck on the low ground. We do not see this too often. Sebi, lone player up for their squad as well. Actually, with 150 HP at this point in time, not too bad. Should be able to survive at least through a shot or 2 and potentially, you know, get an elimination. But as I said, 5 players up. I'm sorry, 5 squads still up with only 8 players. So this is a very interesting last little bit of this game number 2 that we're seeing here, Dustin. Not typical for us. Sebi will take down Airmail in the elimination feed. Sebi taken down, though. Always Dan hitting another nice shot. 8 eliminations for themselves. 3 squads left, 6 players alive. 2 of those are Wava one here is always Dan, which means that there's a team of three who are actually on the high ground right now, and I'm not sure. Oh, it is the K12 PEA team. That's right.
Yeah, K12 PEA, Frag, and Seggio, and its Caffin is still alive. Looks like they're going up with just the Waba team left for Bat Bear Jam, and Roshkin. And man, this storm is is pushing in ever so tiny.
Yeah, it's gonna get low. K12 PEA just need to keep this high ground from Wava, and they will be in a great spot to win this game.
Yeah, they have definitely they definitely have the positioning, especially with the flat ground at the moment. Going to be a little harder to build up within this circle, especially trying to get around this K12 PEA squad. A little slow at the moment. Everybody's trying to find their way through, find the correct opening.
Sergio needs some mats, man. Probably pretty low on those, almost out if they're searching to get some at this late of a time in the game here. But man, this may come down to that final little bit where there is no safe zone or safe space, and the storm has taken up the entire map. Lots of heals as well to go around for the K12 PA team. They may be looking to have a heal off here with this Wava team. If we can switch over to Wava real quick, I'd love to see what kind of heals this team does have. A little bit here for Roshkin, and I think they did just drop a med kit for. Oh, Bat Bear actually has nothing, so only bandages here for the Wava team.
Oh,
If this does come to a heal off, Wava
oh,
will come out on top. But dropping in are both Frag and Sergio, both taken down as well. Bat Bear now going to take advantage and go up, get a nice shot there onto Kai. Kai's still
oh.
alive, though. Gonna get a lot of fall damage though. Dropping there, Roshkin now on the high ground. Where is Kai? Kai stuck in the storm. Kai will
Mm.
drop to it. That will be Wava going back to back for us here today. Look at the eliminations: 15 for Bat Bear, 7 for Roshkin, Xcos with 11, and Rocks with 12. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, that was crazy. I truly thought that K12 PEA was definitely prepared for heal off. I think I'm not sure exactly what happened because we weren't on Caffin, but I would say because they were in the storm, maybe they thought the heals and everything would be just enough. But unfortunately for them, Wava coming out on top. Kudos to them again for getting this win tonight. Just week one, a lot of action and a lot more to come in these next 5 weeks during regular season. Not to mention those 3 weeks of playoffs coming in at the end of February, going
Absolutely.
into March. But thank you all for joining us tonight. This is the wrap up for week one for us. So next week we do have a little bit of a holiday, but we are going to be moving the Valorant and Smash matchups to next Friday. So we're still going to have matchups on streams all week for you all with those universities coming on board. The only time you'll see our faces again is actually with the next Fortnite streams. But we appreciate you. And thank you for the support on the players and the coaches, parents, learning coaches, anybody who is joining us tonight. But with that being said, Robbie, do you have anything to wrap us up with tonight?
Yeah, I'm a yapper, as I like to say. I always got things to say, things to talk about, but I will go ahead and close this out here. As Dustin mentioned, thank you to our players, our coaches, learning coaches, parents, guardians for supporting the K12 Esports League, allowing your players to play with us. Coaches, thank you so much for taking care of your students. Week one for the Winter 2026 K12 Esports League season is in the books. As Dustin mentioned, we got week two coming up with a little bit of a holiday. And I think that'll do it for me. I just want to say I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their night, has a fantastic 3-day weekend. Enjoy that Monday off, and we will see y'all on stream for sure next Thursday.
Take it easy.